Alright, welcome back to the channel. So we are working on some stuff for the movie studio again. And I was going to show y'all real fast at the start of this video is we're doing spray out. So we did 2 spray outs yesterday afternoon for them and they weren't happy with the color. So we're about to do spray outs again. So let me show you what a spray out is. So if you'll go to your local paint store, you can ask for spray out cards. So this is what it looks like. So there's different shades. So you can see there's like a bluish, darker one, and then there's a gray one and a bunch of whites. Okay, these are spray out cards. Now what this is you spray it on your base color. You know, your card is what color, your foundation color basically. So you want to make sure you're going to be using the same foundation color whenever you go to paint. So if you're going to do a spray out on a white, then you obviously want to do like a white VAP seal, or you're painting a white car or something beforehand. You don't want to do a spray out on a white and then put a black sealer down and then paint over the black, because when it gets on the car it's going to be the wrong color. So you want to start with the same shade. We're going to be painting over some blue cars. We're doing a movie where they have a car and let's see here, something happens and it's like filmed where the car modern day, and then it's filmed where they found the car like 30 years later in a junkyard, double homicide, all of this crazy stuff. So we have to basically do one that looks glossy now, and then they have to have a aged one, like 30 years aged. So what we're spraying out this morning is we're going to spray out our gloss and we're going to spray out a flat. Now the flat paint they might just dirty up to make it look old. And that's going to be the 30 years prior, or we also just spoke with the guy I work under, and he said we might also patina it, basically sand all the edges and make it rust. Whatever, we're here to just do spray out. So we've got 2 cards. Went with like a darker color because the cars now are currently dark blue. Both of them are dark blue. So we need to do our spray outs over our color over top of a dark color, because we won't be putting any seal or anything on them cars. So on the back of your card you actually have where color match to vehicle. So you can, I guess you could check these off for whatever works or whatever. You can put the date on it. You know, you got the air cap pressure, the gun type, fluid tip, reducer, all kinds of crap. I never use this stuff. So but I know a lot of high-end shops which I would just go ahead and quit. I'd go into the office, the boss would be like, I need you to do a spray out, fill out the card and the back of it and everything. I'd be like, yeah, I'm just gonna go ahead and pack my stuff up and go back to the house, because I'm not doing none of that crap. So we're ready to do a spray out. Now all I do with mine is take a mixing stick and tape it to the back. That way I have something to hold it like this, and then we can go do our spray out. I've labeled on the back side of mine gloss and flat. Obviously it's going to be clear as day whenever it's done, but that way you don't get them mixed up and you know for sure what you put on what. This is our gloss, this is our flat mix. There are 2 different colors, so this is supposed to look way more aged than this one. Let's throw these in the gun. We're just using our cheap primer gun. This is the same as, if you had a Purple Harbor Freight gun, it's just a knockoff. And we're just going to get these sprayed out and let them dry, and then get them back over to the big guy for the studios. All you're going to do is just take this, get you a little bit of coat on it, dry it out, hit it with some air. You want to make sure you get full coverage on this though, and that, because it has to look just like it's going to be on the car. Alright, so here's what our 2 spray outs look like. I just cleaned my gun out, so I had them in here drying. Man, these things are night and day compared to the 2 we sprayed yesterday afternoon. I didn't even film the 2 we sprayed yesterday afternoon, but then this morning I was like, well, maybe I should go ahead and show this, even though this job's not started yet. So here's our 2. This one right here is going to be the flat. It's going to dry out as, or it's going to go dull as it dries out. So it's still literally soaking wet right now. This one is the gloss. So you can see the gloss, you can see the trash in it. But that's what the spray outs look like. We'll see if we can get the approval on these colors and what we're gonna end up doing with this job. All right, so we did get approval on our color. So this is our color that we're going. So we're gonna get this painted. I'll flip the camera around real fast and show you what we're painting. And we'll just skim through this one again real fast for anybody that's looking for a cheap single stage job. Kind of show you how we do one more. Let's ride. All right, so here's our little car. What is this thing, a freaking Volvo? It's crazy what these movie studios, what they use for these older movies. I mean, they have to go out and find these older cars to make these older videos, you know. And then how this works is, so there's actually people that have degrees in like art degrees and stuff for making movies. And so when they write these movies, they actually visualize the cars a certain color and actually visualize, you know, how they want everything to look. And that's what they want. I mean, we had one car that we painted red and they didn't like the shade of it, so we redid it again to a different shade of red, and we got paid twice on 2 full all overs. That's how they are. So they don't like this blue. You would think that they would just grab a car and just make it, you know, that this is the color it's going to be for the movies, and that, you know, no big deal. But no, they actually, there's a lot that goes into every detail of making a movie. So they want this thing this color right here. Don't ask me why. Let's get this thing prepped out. All we're going to do is we're going to Scotch-Brite this thing down, Dawn dish soap, water, Scotch-Brite. Let's scuff this thing and shoot it. So we're not really going to time lapse this one. We're just going to show you real fast. Scotch-Brite, I ripped mine in half. They come in bigger pieces. The Dawn dish soap and water. And you just want to make sure you get all your edges. So I just kind of roll my finger around the edge when I do it. Get the edges. Now, if this is a car you care about, you probably want to take a little bit more time. But obviously, I don't care about this car. That's it. Just stuff it down. Every inch of it. I'm going to show you about the speed I go and how long it takes me on just this front piece, so you can kind of compare to yourself if you're taking too long or not. And this is just going to be for like a cheap single stage job. Obviously nothing high end. For inside the hood, you can, the edges, I fold mine up and I run it, fold it in half, and I push it down in there. And I just run that edge like that. Because all I care about is the edge. Because I'm not getting down underneath it or anything. When I do the edges like that, I'm putting my finger right here in the Scotch-Brite right here. So my finger is deeper down than the Scotch-Brite. And I'm riding my finger on the piece that I don't want to scratch up. Fingernail, finger, whatever is touching, you're riding it on the part that you don't want damaged. You know, on this car, I don't have to be as careful as I would if it was like a customer's car. So like all these moldings along the side, like I'll let the Scotch-Brite ride against it a little bit, not a ton. And that's literally it. And this is pretty much the exact same way that we prep all of our flip cars. That's it.